Welcome once again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is your man Roy coming at you with yet another Marvel Contest of Champions champion overview. And today we are going to have a look at one of the Spider-Verse champions, more specifically Spider-Man Symbiote. Now this champion is quite often overlooked as one of the kind of original Spider-Man champions. The evade that he's got is pretty weak and specific compared to the other Spider-Verse champions. But in terms of damage output and some of his utility in certain matchups, I really like this champion and was a mainstay of my roster for most of Act 4 and even into Act 5. So we're going to have a look at him today in this part 1 video, looking at how to beat him if you do come up against him, as always. And then the part 2 video, we're going to have a look at how you're going to use him effectively. And I'll make some suggestions in terms of how to utilise him in like Alliance 1, Alliance Quest and things like that as well. So let's go and have a look for this champion. Where is he? There we go. So let's have a look at the 6-star version abilities that are fully maxed out, and then we'll go into a fight against him and show you how you can kind of defeat him. And as I said, the part 2 video, we're going to have a look at how you can utilise him effectively, and we'll use my Symbiote Spider-Man for that battle. So his health pool is quite low in comparison to some other champions, but I feel that this is a pretty good way also to beat him because he's not got as much health, but he does trade that off when you're using him as an attacker with a severe damage output. So let's have a look at his abilities, and as always we'll have a look at the basic abilities before we come and have a look at the awakened abilities. So during critical hits for this guy, he's got 71% chance to boost critical rating for 7.5 seconds, and that critical rating is boosted severely, so his crit hits do some serious damage. And he's got about a third chance to inflict a weakness, which reduces the attack for 6 seconds. So again, it can be really useful to also minimise the incoming damage from champions as well. Now his heavy attacks have a 100% chance to inflict an armor break debuff, removing 1 armor up and reducing rating by an amount for 80 seconds. So it's not a big reduction, but they do stack if you're hitting them with heavy attacks. So it will mount up as time goes on, and it is a severe length of time for armor break. So for champions like Ghost, where none of the abilities can trigger when there's an armor break debuff on the champion, then this is really useful to lock that out. And it's a guaranteed armor break as well, so for against champions like Vulture or Warlock, even Iron Man, Infinity War to some degree if you can get a parry on and if he's got one of those debuffs on him, it's really useful. And also you've got the class advantage as well against those champions with them all being tech and yourself being a cosmic. And special attack 2 has 100% chance for a critical hit. So this is where his damage really comes to the fore. You're guaranteed to crit, and if you've managed to get a critical hit in beforehand, then you've got a chance to boost the critical rating as well. So the special 2 is where you want this guy to be. He packs a wallop. And then, this is the awakened ability. So when he launches a special attack, he gets 40% evasion for 8 seconds. So again, not the best evading ability in the game, and certainly among the other Spider-Verse champions. So as a defender, it can be a little bit annoying. You just need to wait out that evasion for 8 seconds, and then he becomes back to his normal old self. It does mean as an attacker, it's a little bit of a safeguard if you've got him awakened, but the awakened ability is not necessary for his high damage output. So he's a really useful champion to have if you haven't got him awakened. And then his synergies, not much to write home about with it being one of the OG champions. So 130 armor rating with Storm, an increase to critical rating with Electro, and all champions gain 6% health if you put them up against Agent Venom. So let's go into a duel with this guy and see what we can do. Again, doesn't really matter the champion that you bring in. Obviously, if you're a little bit scared of the evade ability, then the newly buffed Falcon is able to lock that out. Or if you've got Nick Fury up against a certain level of tactical charges, then he's not going to be able to invoke that evade either, because it is a passive. So again, you can really bring any champion into this. I'm going to play about with a couple of champions I haven't used for some time. Let's go for Silver Surfer. I haven't used him for a while. But again, he's got all the same special attacks and animations as the original Spider-Man. So again, you can't really avoid the first part of Special 1 if that's the one that he's going to launch. So you just need to watch out for that, obviously, if you're going up against him. And you really want to dodge the Special 2 for obvious reasons with that crit chance. So again, it's just a case of practicing against them, watching for that timing with this special attack. So you can see there's crit damage is insane. But because he doesn't evade all the rest of the time, it's pretty okay to just fire into him after that evade timer cools down. So there's not really much to him in terms of defeating him as a defender. You do want to make sure that your parries and your evading is on point, because if you do get clipped by this guy, you are going to lose some serious health. So again, in story mode or quests or anything like that, if he's on an unparryable node, if he's unstoppable, unblockable, these just make him a little bit more annoying. But understanding the animations, you know, of original Spider-Man with the web shooters thrown into the punches with Special 1, the web flying kick with Special 2, you really need to make sure you avoid that Special 2 because it does hit like a car, truck and train all combined at the same time. So thanks very much for watching the part 1 video, guys. If you did like it, make sure and hit the thumbs up. Make sure and subscribe and hit that notification button so that you know when any new videos are going on. And if you do have any comments about this or any other videos, then pop a note in the comment section below and I'll always respond to any comments that are there. So for now, thanks very much for watching, guys. Take care, all the best, and catch you later.